Hey, what's going on, guys? Andy Pride here with Milk and Cookies Total War, bringing you another first-person replay commentary for Total War Attila. This match is going to be another game with Maximus Decimus Meridius. I'm playing the Franks, he's playing the Danes, and this was actually on a random map. A very good-looking map. I got kind of lucky here. I must say, the visuals for Winter and Attila are better looking than they were in Rome 2. I really like how they kind of mix the dirt and the snow. It's not, just because you pick a snowy map doesn't mean that it's going to be completely covered in snow, and it adds a very nice immersion, and it just, like, in general, the winter, it looks awesome. I think this is like a really cool looking thing. Very happy with the Franks so far. Used them in one battle so far, but really like their unit roster. Must say the Sacra Francisca are really cool looking cavalry unit. One of the best looking units in the game, and one of the most potent off the charge. 230 charge bonus, completely ridiculous. So just to give you a little backstory on what we were trying to do, me and Maximus decided after we had played 3 or 4 battles already that we had seen enough cavalry spam that kind of has been what we've noticed about multiplayer so far. Bringing a ton of cavalry is really the way to go. Swords are glass, they die to cavalry charges, even from cav factions that you, or cavalry units from factions that you normally wouldn't expect to have ridiculously good cavalry. So we kind of just wanted to limit the cavalry a bit here, so I only brought 4 cav units. I think he only brought 3. And so I'm rocking 2 Noble Germanic Horsemen and 2 Sacra Francisca, while I have a main line of Elite Sword Hairband, some Royal Swords, and Germanic Warband, and a Francisca unit in the back. And then looking at his build over here, the Danes at the bottom of the hill, he got some Chosen Warriors, some Norse Berserkers. I must say, I don't like the look of the Berserkers in this game. When you look at the Suebi Berserkers, I think they were just much more unique in Rome 2. He has some Nordic Axe Warriors, a bunch of Axe units, as you would expect from the Danes, and then some Chosen Swordsmen, some Nordic Levy, and some Pike units in the center here. So, one thing that I've found very interesting is that the turn radius and speed for light cavalry in this game is actually much slower than it was in Rome 2. If you guys remember in Rome 2, it was actually very easy to run forward with a horse archer or a jab unit and just throw your javelins and turn around and run away before any unit could catch you. In this game, that doesn't work. As you can see here, he didn't miss micro. He clicked an attack order and then ran away, but they actually just turned around really slowly. I killed 20 guys off the charge there, and this was really good, actually, for us to see this at first hand, because he's going to try it again, and we were just kind of testing things out. Like I said in the last battle, we were just trying a lot of new things out, seeing what units we're capable of, and this was a very interesting discovery that we had. You can watch it here. He tries to turn around. They turn around very slowly. They're very light melee cav. Should be a lot faster than the Sacra Francisca, but he's not going to be able to get away. Loses the entire unit there, and that's actually an expensive Raider Javelin unit he's kind of going to throw away, but it's not really his fault. Like, I would have expected a light cav unit to be able to run away from heavy cav very easily, but not going to be able to do it, and they're going to rout. So I've taken a really nice position here on the hill, looking down. Going to get a nice charge bonus if we decide to engage in melee at this point in the battle. And I'm going to put my Sacra Francisca and Noble Germanic Horse on the flanks, and you can see they're going to get a devastating charge bonus off if I decide to run forward. Now, I do have to worry a little bit about the spears, and he does have cavalry supporting them, so while I said that you can very easily run through spears with cavalry if they're unsupported, when there are this many sword units and cavalry units nearby, you have to be much more cautious with that engagement. And of course, not going to be running my cavalry directly into pikemen. That would be very foolish. But as you can see, melee engagement is going to start pretty soon here, and this is going to be an infantry grinded out fest, and it might actually be decided on the flanks. I did bring more cavalry than him, and as I've said, the cavalry on this game really does often decide the outcome of battle, so we'll see. But now you can get a good look at the Franciscas right here, the throwing axes into the Chosen Warriors, and you can see that armor piercing already killed 20 or so men, and even more are going to fall right here. Look at the Norse Berserkers getting shredded by these axes. Armor piercing doing a lot of damage there. Javelin volley here into the Franciscas, but yeah, melee combat going to start now all across the line, and I'm going to actually commit my Sacra Francisca into melee combat directly into some spears. So we'll zoom in here and see this charge in slow motion. So yeah, I decided that I felt like I could take this engagement. They're Nordic Levy, they're pretty cheap, and just going to get a really nice charge bonus. They're going to carry me through into the Chosen Warriors, and they're still going through. Look at that charge bonus. Down the hill, 230 charge bonus. Ridiculous amounts of damage right there. So that was a lot of fun. Look at the kills on these guys so far. I lost some men off the charge there. I've lost 10 men, but they're already up to 120 kills or so. So definitely worth it for me. Over on this side, some engagements going down with the Chosen Warriors. And I should be able to break through them relatively easily, and I'm going to get the Sacra Francisca around the flank and quickly try to get around and start hammering and ambling. So we're going to put this into fast motion now. All across the line, Elite Sword Hirban and the Royal Swords in melee combat with the Chosen Warriors and the Norse Berserkers. Going pretty well for me so far. You can see some of his Axe Warriors are already routing. Viking Captain actually off the... or no, Viking Captain's fine, but some of the other units, Nordic Axe Warriors, are routing. And the engagement that I've taken here, downhill charge, very, very nice for me. A lot of these guys do have quite a high charge bonus for sword units, and of course the cavalry that I brought here done so much damage on this wing as well. So I'm going to pull them out. I don't want them to leave them in prolonged melee combat. I don't really have to. If I can get another charge bonus with that 230 charge, it's going to be really big for me. But you can see I'm kind of getting chased off by this Nordic levy, and they are a light melee unit, so actually catching up to the Sacra Franciscas, who are exhausted at this point. We're going to try to pull away and get them into the back here. Get a hammer and anvil off. Some of his Nordic Axe Warriors came back from routing. He's going to engage them again. But I have so much cavalry left on the field, and they're almost all full strength at this point, and that's really going to hurt him. He doesn't have the units to really deal with my cavalry at this point, and so I kind of just have free charges into a lot of his men. Into the flanks of these spears and these cavalry units. Gonna do some nice damage there. Main line still going kind of evenly, although no it's not. Norse Berserkers down to 8 men. Yeah, he's kind of getting wrecked in this melee engagement. Balance bar shifting in my favor. And some more charges into the back of the Nordic pikemen. Have to be pretty careful there though. They aren't facing the right way, but as you pull through pike units, you can lose a lot of cav. Managed to get away right there. And just get a good look at the battle so far. Some of his Norse axemen over on that flank, routing, and the Royal Swords are doing very well for me in the center there with 80 kills. The general just died, and things are shifting ever more in my favor at this point. So yeah, one thing we really wanted to do, like I said, was just focus on an infantry engagement in this game. All the games I've played before this one had really revolved around the cavalry, and to be honest, even this game where I only brought 4 cav units, I think that they were probably the deciding factor in me winning the game. But the engagements are much longer when you're doing infantry combat, it feels like. Like, cav versus cav fights can take a long time, but if you're getting cav charges into infantry, like I said, they're glass. Sword units are glass to charge bonuses from cataphracts and some of these heavily armored cav units, so they'll rout really, really quickly. So we just wanted to focus on an infantry engagement this game, and it was really nice. I mean, the engagement that I took up on this hill, Maximus didn't have to take it, of course, but he just wanted. I think we just wanted to try out terrain and different units and stuff, and just see how they react to downhill charges. And you can see terrain definitely has a huge impact on this battle and in this game in general. Downhill charge made his front line kind of just rout, and the Franciscas, their armor piercing on the Norse Berserkers, which of course have low armor anyway, but just in general against the Chosen Warriors coming up the center there, they kind of got shredded by those Franciscas. So that's a nice little unit there. I don't know if they actually have different stats in armor piercing than the Plumbata, the darts that the Romans and some of the other units throw, but definitely did a lot of damage there with the Francisca, and that's what the Franks are known for, so they did very, very well. Cavalry units, Sacra Francisca, 232 kills. Main line did very well also. I just think in general my sword corps, my infantry corps was more potent than what he fielded. And the downhill charge was a big difference in that fight as well. I am not impressed with Norse Berserkers at all, or any of the Berserker units. I used Vandal Berserkers in the last battle, and they got shredded by cav charges, and so I haven't seen them do a lot of damage at all. I don't think that Berserkers are particularly good at the moment. They're so susceptible to cav charges, even more so than other swords, because of their low armor. But that was that battle. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Enjoying what I've played so far on Attila. I think it's been pretty fun. I actually haven't played any campaign yet. But I am enjoying the game so far. I think the soundtrack is amazing. I think the gameplay is pretty fun, even though I think cav is a little imbalanced at the moment. And I hope you guys are enjoying watching. So I'll talk to you all later. Indie Pride signing out. Peace.